In a league obsessed with fast guards and swift three-point barrages, the Memphis Grizzlies have chosen a radically different path. They go big, taller, tougher, and fully committed to overpowering their opponents in the paint. Across from them stand the Los Angeles Lakers, a storied franchise with an aging superstar core and newly minted role players battling to prove they're still title contenders. Their clash had enormous stakes, a fight for the coveted fourth seed in the West, and a collision of two polar opposite playing styles. Yet the off-court buzz surrounding the Grizzlies' star Ja Morant made the tension even thicker. This wasn't just another regular season game, it was a referendum on whose approach, big and bruising or fast and adaptable, would shape the future of the Western Conference. In an era where NBA teams spread the floor with agile bigs and lightning-quick shooters, the Grizzlies are forging their own path. They love fielding two traditional centers who crash the boards, protect the rim, and force opponents into old-school physical basketball. Critics have called it archaic, pointing to how spacing can suffer and how smaller lineups zip around slower big men. But Memphis thrives on testing everyone's endurance. They wear teams down, dominate second-chance points, and turn every rebound into a wrestling match. At the heart of this approach is Ja Morant, the explosive point guard who shreds defenses off the dribble. While people talk about his alleged off-court issues, everything from rumors of questionable choices at private gatherings to heated social media exchanges, he remains the spark that fuels Memphis's engine. The result is a bizarre dual threat, a runway for Morant's jaw-dropping drives, and a punishing paint presence anchored by men far taller and stronger than most defenders care to handle. Across the country, the Lakers underwent a flurry of mid-season changes. After stumbling through injuries, inconsistent performances, and endless speculation about locker room tensions, they gambled on fresh faces. AR-15, Rui, Gabe, and others arrived just in time to jolt the roster's energy. Longtime fans were eager to see if this injection of youth could mesh with the old guard, especially LeBron, whose leadership and skill still loom large. Chemistry was the looming question. Could these newcomers seamlessly integrate, or would they fizzle under the bright lights and the relentless pressure from a championship-hungry fan base? Early returns were mixed. The Lakers sometimes looked unstoppable on offense, zipping the ball around to find open shooters. Other times, confusion reigned on defense, leading to missed rotations and easy buckets for their opponents. For better or worse, they needed a statement win to prove they belonged in the playoff conversation, and the Grizzlies, with all their muscle, provided the perfect test. Before tip-off, swirling discussions about Morant's off-court challenges took center stage. Several accusations surfaced online. Some fans claimed he'd been spotted indulging in questionable late-night antics, while others alleged personal confrontations that threatened his focus. Though much of this remained unconfirmed, the press and social media kept amplifying every rumor. For Memphis, the concern was that these distractions might derail a season already brimming with potential. Morant brushed off the controversies in public, offering calm assurances that he was fully locked in on basketball. Yet some observers wondered if subtle tensions behind closed doors would erode the team's cohesion. With so much at stake, any sign of mental distraction could be fatal against a determined Lakers squad desperate to regain its prestige. As the game started, Memphis wasted no time unleashing its trademark aggression. Their two-center lineup immediately pounded the glass, pulling down offensive rebounds and forcing the Lakers to scramble. Morant exploded off screens, either attacking the rim or dishing to big men who towered over LA's interior defenders. Early on, it felt like the Grizzlies might simply overwhelm the Lakers with size, but the Lakers showed resilience. They rotated defenders onto Morant, clogging the paint and daring him to settle for mid-range or deep shots, areas where his percentages have been shaky. Meanwhile, LeBron orchestrated a fluid offense, repeatedly finding open perimeter shooters. On more than one possession, Memphis overcommitted near the rim, only to watch a weak side shooter drain a wide-open three. Frustration simmered. The Grizzlies gave up easy transition buckets after missed shots, and their star bigs occasionally telegraphed passes that LA guards picked off. Then there were the fouls, physical bumps, borderline collisions, and inevitable complaints to the referees. Every moment felt charged with animosity, like one hard foul could send the game spiraling out of control. Halftime arrived with the Lakers up by a handful of points. Determined not to let the game slip away, Memphis came out in the third quarter playing at a blistering pace. Morant ignited fast break opportunities, pushing the ball up court the instant someone secured a rebound. The Lakers, caught off guard, scrambled to match Memphis's swift ball movement. For a stretch, it appeared the Grizzlies were poised to swing the game in their favor. Tensions flared in a sequence that saw Morant drive hard into traffic, take a bump, and hit the floor. He shot a pointed glare at one of the Lakers, who seemed to mutter something in return. Teammates intervened before it escalated, but fans were already buzzing about whether Morant's rumored off-court stress was fueling his aggression. The referees had to calm both sides, telling them to focus on the game. Even with the heightened physicality, LeBron and his supporting cast refused to buckle. By exploiting Memphis's occasional defensive lapses, they found open spots on the perimeter. AR-15, in particular, seemed to thrive on quick cuts and timely passes. Each possession felt like a tug of war between the Grizzlies' relentless paint presence and the Lakers' balanced attack. The final quarter was a suspenseful roller coaster. Memphis kept hammering the interior, racking up second chance points from offensive rebounds. The Lakers struck back through drive and kick maneuvers, forcing the Grizzlies' big men to defend in unfamiliar territory near the three-point line. Ja Morant, determined to prove he could bury any doubts, attacked the rim with abandon, sometimes drawing fouls, sometimes weaving through defenders for spectacular finishes. Each team knew a loss could reshape the playoff race. With under 2 minutes left, the Lakers clung to a fragile lead. A quick steal led to a jaw-dropping fast break dunk that ignited the home crowd, pushing the gap to 2 possessions. Morant tried to respond with a flurry of dribble moves, but the Lakers held firm, forcing him into a contested jumper. The shot bounced harmlessly off the rim. A subsequent set of free throws by the Lakers seemed to slam the door on Memphis's hopes. Yet the Grizzlies refused to go quietly, launching desperate threes and crashing the boards. Time, however, was on LA's side. As the clock ran down, the Lakers secured a pivotal win, sending their fans into a frenzy. On the sideline, frustration etched itself on Memphis's faces, while the Lakers bench exploded with relief. For now, the bruising style of Memphis had fallen short. When the dust settled, the Lakers found themselves leaping ahead in the standings, claiming the 4th seed that Memphis had fought so hard to maintain. Post-game interviews featured curt responses and visible irritation from the Grizzlies. Ja Morant stayed tight-lipped about off-court rumors, emphasizing the need to keep working. LeBron praised his team's resilience and was quick to remind everyone that bigger challenges lay ahead. Despite the disappointment, few believe Memphis is finished. Their unorthodox two-center system remains a formidable threat, and Morant's potential is limitless if he can sidestep distractions. Yet this loss highlighted cracks in their foundation: defensive miscommunications, vulnerability to quick-strike offenses, and the possibility that off-court drama might erode their focus at the worst moments. The Lakers, for their part, might have silenced some critics who insisted they were too old, too disjointed, or too reliant on a single superstar. But they'll need to maintain that focus over the grueling final stretch of the season. Questions about consistency, health, and roster chemistry still linger. In the end, this was more than just a thrilling matchup. It was a clash of philosophies. The modern NBA glorifies perimeter skills and speed, yet Memphis insists on staying big. Which approach will reign supreme when the stakes climb even higher? Time will tell. Both the Lakers and the Grizzlies have plenty left to prove, and if they cross paths again in the playoffs, the fireworks could be off the charts. For now, one thing is certain: the battle for the West is wide open, and not a single team can afford to blink. The NBA's full of drama on and off the court, and we cover all of it. Subscribe if you want to stay ahead of the headlines, and drop a comment if you think this season's been one of the wildest yet.